Hey guys, back with the Jeep Willys Go Devil motor, getting ready to pull the timing gear off of the old camshaft, or I'm sorry, the camshaft, so that we can put a new timing gear on. So real quick, wanted to show you, this is just a cheap gear puller set from Amazon. I will put the link in the descriptions, but most of the gear pullers are going to come with the ears facing in. You're going to need to flip those to where the ears face out, and what we're going to do is we're going to insert those in here, and we're going to pull, run the thread down, and we're going to pull this off. It's real important that we pull off of this piece here. We don't, that's the only way to really get it out. These holes are perfect for that. So on a 3-piece set on Amazon, it's going to be the larger set. So I'll put these two up. And remember, we're gonna turn the ears out. We're gonna want to make sure we're on the second hole, and we're gonna insert these into this hole in the middle, and it'll misbehave a little bit, but it'll go in eventually. There's one, and might have to back this thread out just a little bit to get the other one in. There we go. And so the key here is to get as much of these ears on here as you can. And they do sell nicer spreaders or gear pullers. I know Snap-on has a very nice one that actually has a spreader that makes it a little bit easier to put these on, so you don't have to octopus it with 3 hands like I'm doing right now. But obviously not necessary. It's just how easy do you want your life to be, and how much money do you have is kind of what it comes down to. So there you go. As easy as that. We are threaded on. I've got the camshaft sitting here on wood, so we're not scuffing. Well, there's really only one bearing surface. It's right here. The rest of these are technically bearings, but they ride just on the journals of the engine. There's no bearing actually installed. The only one that actually has a bearing is this first one right here. So being kind of careful not to hit that. So I've got this pretty well tight, and what I'm going to do now is use my trusty Ingersoll Rand electric impact gun, and we're going to run that in. We're going to do it the right direction this time. Sorry about that, of course. Live television, guys. Okay, so we're back on there, and I will get this going the right direction now, and let's see if this comes right off. Very easy, very easy. So one thing I want to point out here is this is the camshaft thrust plate, and then behind it you'll see is this spacer, and it's very important that you have this spacer. You can see it's almost invisible because the thrust plate actually goes up around it, but always make sure you have this spacer in here, right here. Oftentimes you find these missing because somebody else has rebuilt the engine and has left that out. So we're in good shape. We have the spacer. The Woodruff key appears to be in good shape too, so we will get this cleaned up pretty well. And the next step will be to install the new timing gear, and that will just press right up here and here, just like the old one came off. And that's all I have for you guys tonight. We'll get this mounted up and cleaned up, and hopefully in our next video you'll see us installing this in the engine. Thanks, guys.
Go.
Hey guys, so we got the old timing gear off. You can see, if you look on here, it's got some chipped teeth, and the things are made out of some type of composite, so they're obviously a phenolic material with a metal insert there. So these things are, these are your wear items. These are going to wear out. Pretty cheap, easy to replace. But one thing to be aware of though, obviously you want to make sure that you have the spacer, which we do. But when you go to put this back together, you want to make sure that you get the thrust washer in the right orientation. And a quick way to check that is to put it on the engine, and you'll see it only goes on here one way. So if you take that and put it on there, if you try to do it the other way, it won't go. So if you put this in on the wrong way on the camshaft, you're gonna have to pull the new cam gear off and redo the whole thing from scratch. So come over here just to double check, and then transfer that over to your camshaft. You guys see how I did that? I just took it straight from here, and to make sure that this is in the same orientation, I spun it right over here to the camshaft, and so that's good to go. So now what we're looking at now is putting on the new camshaft. So we got a nice bright shiny new camshaft, and it has a Woodruff key in here. So we're just going to make sure that we're roughly centered on that. And what we need to do is run the bolt on for the camshaft. So I think this will work, but not entirely sure. So we'll see if that'll run this thing in or not. Okay.